My name is Daniel Maurer from the American College of Education within the Evaluation and Assessment of Instruction Design course for Dr. Kennedy. In this presentation, we will take a look at data that was collected from the course that alerted two students' lack of progress and what in-course corrections were made to activities, assessments, and learner engagements. The ethical considerations related to the situation will also be discussed. This is a 16-person geometry class at the 9th grade level. These students were given a pre-course evaluation to determine their learning styles and interests in life. All activities, assessments, and learning engagements have been designed to incorporate every learning style to help students reach their learning objectives. Each student's interests, such as music, games, and sports, have been taken into account when creating the part of the course related to real-world scenarios involving transformations. Here, students can make connections to promote growth and understanding within the subject area. The Geometric Transformation Unit lasts for 4 days, including measurable learning objectives and goals to help guide the process. Differentiated formative and summative assessments are given to analyze the student's understanding and progress. Formative assessments such as exit slips, warm-ups, and practice assignments help monitor student learning and provide constant feedback to make adjustments. As you look at the course map, each day focuses on one learning objective at a time. That is until the 4th day, where the review and quiz cover all 3 objectives for the unit. Certain timeframes were placed on each activity, but can be shortened or extended depending on everyone's understanding. Each activity's directions can also be changed based on the student's strengths and weaknesses observed in class the previous day. Everything is set in place to give my students the best opportunity to reach their goals and objectives. Students were given a partner matching activity, individual practice, and an exit slip on the first day of class. When making observations throughout the class, 2 individuals, in particular, struggled to use mathematical terminology and determine which figures performed a rotation transformation. Then, a practice worksheet was completed individually, and many questions were asked again on how to determine if a rotation transformation occurred and also how to explain this. The exit slip finalized these discoveries as these 2 students both rated themselves as a low performance for the day given the objective. This objective stated, given 2 figures, students will justify if a rigid or non-rigid transformation occurred with 100% accuracy. Many corrections were made given the data and results from the 2 struggling students on day 1 of the course. The first thing being that the scaffolded practice was changed to a partner activity and new partners were assigned. The 2 struggling students were split up and paired with students who I felt did a remarkable job communicating and justifying the reasoning the day before. To increase communication, word banks were given to each pair of students to help them realize what mathematical terminology should be used. Guided explanations were also given for some questions where the beginning was started for them and all they had to do was finish it. More examples were included on the warm-up and scaffolded partner practice to help clear up the confusion of rotation transformations. This whole classroom discussion would allow students to ask any questions necessary and give me time to make observations on who is still struggling. These students can then be focused on more during the partner activity. Last but not least, these two students had to set up a time to work outside of class and complete extra examples with a tutor. When it comes to collecting student data and research, it's essential to keep in mind the ethical considerations and implications. The main ones being confidentiality, voluntary participation, and informed consent. Confidentiality means that the information being collected is only used and made available to the teacher. No other students should be aware of what information is being collected about other students. Voluntary participation means that the students are not being pressured to participate. Students also need to be made informed that they are participating in research and the purpose. Thank you for listening and watching my presentation on my transformation and course corrections for my 9th grade geometry class.